to everyone. Welcome to Chemistry Online. So in previous class we discussed a very important question, that is nothing but Bohr's postulates, explanation of hydrogen spectrum. Some more explanation of Bohr's explanation on hydrogen spectrum we discussed. Some more explanation I have to give about hydrogen spectrum. So I am writing how Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen, Brocket, Fund series are formed means. So when electron emitting energy, when electron comes back from higher energy level to lower energy level, it emitting energy. Mean when Lyman series is formed means electron jumps from higher orbit to first orbit. Lyman series is formed. In the same way, electron jumps from higher orbit to second orbit. Balmer series is formed, which is visible region. In the same way, electron jumps from higher orbit to third, fourth, fifth orbits. Means Paschen, Brocket, Fund series are formed respectively, and infrared region, near infrared region, and far infrared regions are obtained. So this explanation also required for hydrogen spectrum. I am writing by point. So here, when electron jumps from higher orbit to first orbit, Lyman series is formed. Lyman series is formed. Lyman series is formed. When electron jumps from higher orbit to second orbit, Balmer series is formed. Balmer series is formed. In UV region, it is in visible region. In the same way, when electron jumps from higher orbit to third orbit, Paschen series is formed. Paschen series is formed. Paschen series is formed in near infrared region. In the same way, electron jumps from higher orbit to fourth and fifth orbits, higher orbit to fourth and fifth orbits, Brocket fund series are formed. Brocket and fund series are obtained respectively. Brocket. In the same way, electron jumps from higher orbit to fourth and fifth orbits. Brocket fund series are obtained in IR and for IR regions. IR and for IR regions respectively. IR and for IR regions formed. IR and in IR and for IR regions respectively. So this is the explanation I have to give about Bohr's explanation on hydrogen spectrum. So this is the way. Next we are going to discuss merits and demerits. Merits means successes. Demerits means limitations. Merits and demerits of Bohr's model we are going to discuss. First, success. Success of Bohr's theory. Success of Bohr's theory you have to discuss first. Success of Bohr's theory you have to discuss. This is also points which I will tell you. First one, Bohr's theory could explain monoelectronic spectrums, means hydrogen spectrum successfully. Bohr's theory explains hydrogen spectrum. Okay. In the same way, Bohr's theory explains stability of atom, which could not explain by Rutherford atomic model. See, first one, it explains, it means Bohr's theory, it explains stability of atom. It explains the stability of atom. Then Bohr's theory helped to calculate energy of the electron and radius of the orbit also. Bohr's theory helped calculate Bohr's theory helped to calculate radius of the orbit or energy of the electron. Energy of electron in hydrogen atom. Energy of the electron in hydrogen atom, for hydrogen atom in any orbit. Energy of the electron for hydrogen atom in any orbit means we have many orbits. 1 2 3 4 like that, k element like that. So Bohr's theory helped to calculate energy of electron for hydrogen atom in any orbit. Is given a equation, that is ENTH, means energy for nth orbit is equal to minus 2.189 into 10 power minus 18 by here n square into z square into z square. So minus 2.189 into 10 to the power minus 18 into z square by n square joules. Okay, it having this much of energy. For hydrogen atom, z is equal to, you have to take 1, first orbit n equal to, you have to take 1, means so for hydrogen atom energy equal to, for first orbit minus 2 point, means here hydrogen atom H is equal to 1, means atomic number is 1, means Z is equal to 1, Z is equal to 1. For first orbit means n is equal to 1. So these two values substitute in this equation, then energy is equal to minus 2.189 into 10 power minus 18, 1 square means 1, 1 square means 1, it is joules per atom, or 10 power minus 11 ergs per atom. So this is for a hydrogen atom energy of the first orbit. E means energy, first orbit. It is for nth orbit. Bohr's theory helped to calculate energy of electron for hydrogen atom in any orbit. So he is given this equation, ENTH, means nth orbit. For nth orbit, ENTH is equal to, this is equation was given. So joules per atom. So if you substitute z is equal to 1 and n is equal to 1, then it will be minus 2.189 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules per atom, or minus 2.189 into 10 power minus 11 ergs per atom. Okay, these are success. This is the, it explains stability of atom successfully. Next, Bohr's theory helped to calculate energy of hydrogen atom in any orbit. Okay, then some more merits we are going to discuss. The 8-mark question is over. Bohr's postulates and explanation of hydrogen spectrum. It is also one more 8-mark question. Write the merits and demerits of Bohr's model, means you have to write all these. Next, see, Bohr's theory helped to calculate energy of electron, like that. Bohr's theory helped helped to calculate, Bohr's theory helped to calculate radius of the orbit, radius of the orbit for hydrogen atom, radius of the orbit for hydrogen atom, or NTH, means radius for nth orbit. It is equal to 0.529 into n square by z angstrom units. Angstrom units. For hydrogen atom, so n equal to 1 for first orbit, z equal to 1. Why? Because atomic number is 1. Then radius of hydrogen atom for first orbit is equal to 0.529 angstrom units. 0.529 angstrom units. This is the way. Okay. Then some more merits. All these are merits or success of Bohr's theory. Next, it could explain hydrogen spectrum. It could explain hydrogen spectrum. It means Bohr's theory. Hydrogen spectrum explained now, we discussed. Next, it could explain spectral lines in the hydrogen spectrum. How spectral lines are formed in hydrogen spectrum. It could explain how spectral lines are formed. Spectral lines are formed in hydrogen spectrum. Okay. Then finally we have Rydberg constant R value. Means Bohr's theory helped to derive or to calculate the constant value of Rydberg. Bohr's theory helped to calculate the constant value of Rydberg constant. Bohr's theory helped for calculate Bohr's theory helped to calculate Rydberg constant value. To calculate Rydberg's constant value. So that is R equal to 1,09,677,677 centimeter minus 1. So Bohr's theory helps to calculate Rydberg's constant value. This is. All these are merits of Bohr's model. First, he successfully explained stability of atom. Next, he is given radius of the orbit for hydrogen atom. He derived energy of the electron value for any orbit for hydrogen atom. Then he explained hydrogen spectrum and how the lines are formed in a hydrogen spectrum. He successfully explained. Then see, Bohr's theory helped to calculate Rydberg's constant value. That is means nu bar equal to 1 by lambda into r into 1 by lambda equal to r into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. So for calculating Rydberg's given a equation for calculating wave number na. For Rydberg's value he derived. So what is Rydberg's equation? Nu bar equal to 1 by lambda, that equal to r into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. It is Rydberg's equation. The value r is 1,09,677 centimeters minus 1. The value is derived by Bohr's theory. Okay, these are merits and success of Bohr's theory. Then we are going to demerits. We discussed successes, that is a primary. Then secondary is a demerits. Some demerits are also present in this Bohr's theory. So we are going to discuss. So if you know demerits of Bohr's theory, then only further have a chance to discuss further atomic models. Now we are going to discuss limitations of Bohr's theory or demerits of Bohr's theory. Limitations of Bohr's theory. Limitations of Bohr's theory. Limitations is nothing but demerits. Okay. What is the main demerit of Bohr's theory means? It could not explain multi-electronic spectrums, means the spectrum having more than one electron. If you take hydrogen having only one electron, so uni-electron spectrums explained successfully by Bohr's theory, but it fails to explain multi-electronic species or multi-electronic spectra. So first point is nothing but it could not explain multi-electronic spectrum spectra. Multi-electronic spectra means multi-electronic spectra means the spectra which having more than one electron is nothing but a multi-electronic spectra. Then second one, it could not explain fine spectrum. Fine spectrum. Fine spectrum means in hydrogen spectrum like this different series are formed. So on applying electric field or magnetic field, each line can be divided into many thin lines like this. Each line can be divided into many thin lines like this. It is hydrogen spectrum. These are series. Each series means each thick line can be divided into thin lines. This is nothing but a fine spectrum. He could not explain fine spectrum. So next, it could not explain Stark effect, Stark and Zeeman effect. Stark and Zeeman effect. First of all, you know what is a Stark effect. What is a Stark effect? Means on hydrogen spectrum, on applying to the hydrogen spectrum, applying magnetic field, each line can be divided into finer lines. That is nothing but electric field means Stark effect, Zeeman effect means magnetic field. Means on applying electric field is applying on hydrogen spectrum, each thick line can be divided into small thin lines. That is nothing but a Stark effect. Splitting of spectral lines, it is nothing but a splitting of spectral line into fine lines on applying electric field. Splitting of each spectral line into finer lines in hydrogen spectrum on applying electric field is called Stark effect. This is nothing but a splitting of spectral line into fine lines on applying electric field, is called Stark effect. Next you have to know Zeeman effect. Zeeman effect. The same way, splitting of spectral line into fine lines on applying magnetic field. Say splitting of spectral line into fine lines on applying magnetic field. Is called Zeeman effect. So this is nothing but it could not explain fine spectrum. Fine spectrum means this is each line divided into fine lines, that is fine spectrum. So it could not explain Stark effect and Zeeman effect. Stark effect means on applying magnetic field, so each line can be divided into thin lines is nothing but a Zeeman effect. On applying electric field, each line can be divided into thin lines is nothing but a Stark effect. Next, it could not explain formation of chemical bonds. Formation of chemical bonds. How the chemical bonds are formed between the atoms, it could not explain. Next, it could not explain why MVR equal to N into H by 2 pi. Why angular momentum MVR equal to NH by 2 pi. He said that, but how MVR equal to NH by 2 pi he could not explain. Later de Broglie explained that. That is also a demerit. So one more demerit, it could not explain shapes and geometry of the molecules. Shapes and geometry of molecules. It could not explain shapes and geometry of the molecules. These are limitations of Bohr's model. So this is the way we discussed merits, demerits, and some part which is belongs to Bohr's explanation on hydrogen spectrum. Okay. So leaving